So this is an interesting one. I'm not sure if you guys saw the news yet or not. I watched season 3 of The Witcher, and regretfully, it was terrible. It was definitely far worse than season 2. There were very few moments that I found enjoyable. And everyone knows now that Henry Cavill is gone, that, The Witcher is just not going to do the numbers it was doing in the first couple seasons. Well, now they're dangling this idea of having Lawrence Fishburne in as one of the characters that, again, requires a race swap, which, to be fair, I think we're all past that at this point. It's no longer just about the race swapping, it's about everything that they've done. Not even trying to stick to the canon of the characters. They could have either, they could have either offered the show as a book accurate show or a video game accurate show, and either way it would have been fine. People who played the games but didn't read the books would learn about the books. People that read the books would be like, well, okay, so it's not going to be based on the books, it's based on the games. I can take that for what it is. But instead, they offered some hybridized, bastardized version of neither, and it just didn't do well. It didn't sink in. So now they're bringing Lawrence Fishburne, a name that everybody knows. I like a lot of his work. I'm a big fan of his in general. I typically like him in anything I see him in. That's kind of, I don't seek out Lawrence Fishburne TV shows or movies, but I genuinely tend to like anything that he's in. So this just seems like one more way that they're trying to desperately get people to come back and watch it. Not too dissimilar from that, talking about video game book adaptations into TV shows, is Halo. And a lot of people, because the season 2 trailer for Halo just dropped, they're getting a lot of the hype trying to get that going for the show. And I never watched it. My father-in-law watched it. Kudos to him. He thought it was really good, but he's in his 60s and he didn't play the video games growing up. I did. Somebody was pointing out that the first game came out 23 years ago, and I'm like, damn, I'm old. I was like 14 when that came out. So for me, it's very different. I look at it and go, if you're not going to base the show on the games, what's the point? Case in point here, the biggest issue most of the fans had, or the viewers had with this show, was the fact that they instantly had his helmet off. All right? Now they're trying to get people to come back and say, oh, look, it's going to show the fall of Reach. Like, that really matters. So Pablo Schreiber, the actor who plays Master Chief, said basically, I understand the controversy, but tough. We can't do anything about it. So this article here from Phantom Wire has this interview where he basically plays this off as a necessary evil to make the character work. He says, when you play a first-person shooter, the way that a character is developed, it's very different than what's necessary when you're making long-form television. To go on this journey with your protagonist, you're not going to be able to bring an audience along in a long-form story without having access to a character's face, which tells you what they're feeling, how they think about everything. Wrong. Straight up 100% wrong. He says that access to a character's emotional life over the course of time is what makes you empathize and connect with the character. I say again, wrong. That has nothing to do with empathizing with the character, okay? He then went on to say, I don't know if this article has the quote or not, he then went on to say basically that he understands the controversy, he gets it, he sympathizes with the fans, but basically just give them a chance for season 2. And of course people point out, meanwhile, here's the Mandalorian, helmet strapped to his face. And the funny thing about that is, the most complaints that people had for Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, for Mandalorian season 2 and 3, wasn't that, for example, season 3 of The Mandalorian, it wasn't that he didn't take his helmet off, it's that his character was non-existent and sucked. But Book of Boba Fett, he spent most of the show without his helmet on. Way too many speaking lines. And for me, the moment that season 1 of The Mandalorian kind of lost its allure was when he took his helmet off. So I don't think that that's at all true about what Pablo Schreiber said. I don't think you need to have a face to connect with a character. I mean, case in point, you can find so many of Master Chief's best moments and best quotes, and so many of them convey everything that needed to be said. Even like Halo 4, which wasn't great. This moment where she said that to me once about being a machine. From Halo Infinite, again, not the best Halo games ever, but great moments. We all fail, we all make mistakes, it's what makes us human. There were so many relatable moments between him and Cortana, where you could see their humanity between an AI and a cyborg, and it didn't need to have a face attached to it. But the point is that they didn't care about actually being true to the story, true to the character, true to the fans. They just wanted to try to make a big fancy show to bring in a new audience. They didn't care about the original audience. They're banking on the fact that enough people are just going to go, okay, well, I finally have a Master Chief in, live action. I should be okay with it. I should be happy with it. For me personally, it wasn't worth paying for Paramount Plus to watch this show. I read enough about it, saw the reviews on it. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Especially the fact that they completely rearranged this character to the point where he has sex with the human villain who's working with the Covenant, like something that Master Chief's character never would have done. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, honestly, I know most people who tuned out from season 1 are not going to watch season 2, but I'm sure some of them are going to give it a chance, especially if you already have Paramount. So there's no harm, no foul. If you do watch the show, if you did watch season 1 and you plan to watch season 2, let me know in the comments down below what you think about all this, and we will catch you guys later. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. We do have 2 channels, one for daily uploads, the other one for more of my live streams and hot takes. Links to both are down below, as well as the ability to join as a channel member for as little as $3 a month, and that'll greatly help us out. Much appreciated. We also have links to our Etsy accounts down below, as well as our website. We also have locals and Subscribestar. If you didn't want to support us on YouTube, you can support us through those. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next one.